So instead of blaming America or women for everything, I'm just going to blame Western civilization. I've made up my mind. Because the more that I read about religion, the more I'm convinced that the West is death and has always been. And so what you're seeing transpire these days in relation to like the value of the dollar and immigration, inflation, women's rights, gay rights, all that shit. It's like the whole purpose of this. And I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. I'm probably not, but I might be. I'm still open to that idea. Okay? Well, it seems like they wanted people in Western societies to think that we were better off and to think of ourselves as more advanced than other cultures. But it's blatantly obvious now that that's not true, because it just seems like people have allowed themselves to be exploited and, you know, just led around every which way. And it's really embarrassing for my race, you know, like, it's really hard to make a case for the white race because they're just so dumb and they just go along with really stupid suggestions and fads and ways of looking at things, because I don't think that they have any sense of who they are. And I think with other races, like, there's a strong sense of racial identity, but we don't have that. And I don't think that that's right or wrong, by the way. I don't think it's racist. I don't think that it's like a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is, you know. It's not going to go away, and it's definitely not going to go away just because we talk about it, or CNN wants to bring up race every 10 minutes, you know. It doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere because it can't. So people that say that they don't see color or they don't think about it, like, they're totally full of shit. They are lying, because there are stereotypes that we all notice and we all think, but certain ones we're allowed to say and other ones we're not. And the stereotypes that we're allowed to talk about are contingent on, you know, the racial tensions that are going on at that particular time. So for a long time, you know, we were allowed to just typecast all black people and assume that they were criminals and druggies, and they lack the reefer. Why wouldn't they? It's a pretty great relief from this shit world. I feel like people that are open to drug use tend to be people that know that the world is not a good place. So, oh shit, we gotta pull over. We gotta pull over. This fucking fire engine. Yeah, we fucking see you and we hear you. Like, you don't have to do all that shit, you fucking gay ass motherfucker. That's like LGBT Central right there. Why don't they have a fire engine? They need a fire engine. Yeah, dude, every gay pride parade needs a fire engine. For sure. I need to stop giving them ideas, but I mean, that's a joke on them because they act like a fucking siren all the time. Like, it's really more of a joke on the culture than as actual gays, because I think at this point many of them wish that they could just go back into the closet because of how shitty everything has gotten as a result of homosexuality being accepted into the culture. It's just not positive. And you can chalk that up to homophobia. That's not homophobia. That's like, the culture is shit and the children are fucking warped. they're trying to brainwash all these kids by like normalizing and destigmatizing sex, you know, that's deviant. Because it's not just deviant to like fuck somebody in the ass, it's deviant to like have sex with random people that you just met, especially on the internet, okay? And there's just all kinds of sexual deviancy going on. And so they just used homosexuals to sort of like spearhead that, you know? If you can't see that, like, you're part of the problem, dude. Because you just don't want to typecast people, or you don't want to say anything mean. I'm not trying to be mean to homos, man. I really couldn't give less of a fuck what person you choose to sleep with, you know? That's not on my list of concerns. But like, I know that a lot of people, it bothers them. That shit's never bothered me, but that doesn't mean that like that's something that we should be cool with. I mean, I feel like social conservatism is bigotry to a lot of people, you know, because they want everybody to be accepted and all that shit. Everybody but like rich white Republicans, it seems like. But I mean, I hate rich white Republicans too, but that doesn't mean that like we should discriminate against them, you know? It's like people just don't want to believe that like they're part of the very culture that they say that they hate so much, you know? So it's like people complaining about degeneracy, but then they, you know, use the same technology and, you know, like to dumb themselves down without even realizing it. And then, of course, you have people that just obsess about identity and, you know, whatever bullshit news story they're talking about. It's like there's just so much. There's so much manipulation, you know? So many people being manipulated. And, of course, they have no idea because they don't have self-awareness. So if they don't see themselves, like, they don't know what's happening to them. Which is just really sad. Like, they're not even consciously, like, aware of their own life. So, I mean, like, how can you really talk about those people like anything can really be done for them, you know, because they're just gone, dude. They're fucking gone.